My name is Peter de Silva and my title is I'm the Students in Recovery Lead at Teesside University. So I come from a place of drugs, crime, homelessness and all that, and I thought I'd seen it all. I thought, there's not much I haven't seen, that would shock me, I guess. And working with some of the students at Teesside Uni, I've heard some stories and some stuff that people have been through that is really shocked me. I feel like they're alone, they're on their own, suffering with this issue. And when we have our groups, and especially our one-to-ones, and they're opening up to me and they tell me, they're just sitting in the digs or the rented accommodation where they're at, and they're just smoking weed and they're just using drugs and they've got no social life, and the whole life's consumed by this addiction, and trying their best to study as well. And I can just see the pressure that they're under, and it's a massive problem for them, the loneliness. These are young kids, and then they feel outcasted, they feel like there's something wrong with them because everybody else seems to be partying on, getting smashed, and that's what they want to do. But when it seems like when they're doing it, it becomes problematic. And then I've got some students where I know they're using some sort of substance, or the drinking is problematic. But I think because of the fear of being exposed to the stigma and the shame involved, they're scared to come along and they're scared to engage with us. They don't want to be tarnished with that sort of brush. This is a common problem that's happening across, not just in uni, but everywhere across the country. It doesn't discriminate, black, white, young, old, whatever, it doesn't discriminate. And it needs to be out there, because like I tell the students, we're not bad people trying to get good, we're poorly people trying to get well, and you're all right, you're enough. But for me, I'm there on a Monday and a Tuesday, and on a Monday what we try and do is I try and put it in for the one-to-ones. I'll do the coffee bike, I take the coffee bike over on the afternoon, and that's brilliant. That I'll take ambassadors and volunteers. And that meeting will be on at 4:30 till 5:30. So what I usually do is we do the group in the library, then we'll walk over, may get a coffee or something like that, and then go over to the meeting and have the meeting. But we've also referred, so we've got a trauma team at Recovery Connections. We've referred all of the students I work with have all been referred over to our trauma team. We've referred every one of them over to the mental health and wellbeing practitioner. We have one student, and I was going to get him on the volunteering process. He was dead keen because he's doing a volunteer and social prescribing with Kat O'Neill, who's one of the heads of the psychology department. He's already doing that, so I was talking to him about the interest in volunteering. But then he's now going to be getting a job with us, and he's going to go on our ambassador course. So that's unbelievable, So we had the nitrous oxide in this building the other day. I thought I would have come across that at university. I haven't. But what I have come across is how people are getting them, online and stuff like that. And I've never really, the people are ordering stuff offline, waiting for it to be posted, and then using, which is alien to me. I think they could come and shadow us and come and see what we're doing just for a day, like on a Tuesday would be a great day. But if I could say anything, like what Recovery Connections has taught me since 2018 is that the lived experience is the most vital part here, you know, and I believe, and not just lived experience in addiction, like being lived experience as a student. So like I believe like this lad who we've got now, who's going to start doing the volunteering and get a job with us, he's already a student, so he's going to do amazing stuff because he's already in the university culture. He's studying, he's in study groups, he's part of all the societies, you know. And then if he's part of Collegiate Recovery and Students in Recovery and that sort of stuff, he's already in the environment, you know, where if you can get the students running this themselves, like a peer thing, I think that's where the power will lie, you know. And yeah, of course, we would help and support and signpost and guide and handhold and all that stuff. Yeah, we could do that. But it's all about them students helping the other students. I think through my own lived experience, every student I meet, I tell them like about us, about our lived experience organisation, then I tell them about my story. And then I think that just breaks down loads of barriers as it's happening. And then I feel like it builds up a trust that they can then open up, and I think that's how the magic's happen. The magic's work like that.